Hello students, how are you all? Welcome back to the physics online class. Now today we are going to begin with our next topic is screw. So we are right now learning about types of simple machines, right? Then first one we learned and studied about lever, right? Then first class lever, types of lever we studied, first class, second class and third class. Okay, and these were the examples that we discussed, and I hope I also asked you to write down more examples of first class lever, second class lever and third class lever, right? Then we are going to begin with second point or second type of simple machine, that is a screw. Now let us study about it. Thread of a screw is really an inclined plane wrapped around the axis of a screw. It means, see, like you all have seen a screw. It has designs like this on it, right? So if we will wrap a thread on it, so it will be like it will come out like an inclined plane. See its shape, this one and then this. Okay, so this is how exactly we can see it over here, this and this. So if we will wrap a thread or any other thing on a screw, it will look like this, and it will initially be in inclined plane. It is more convenient to drive a screw in a block of wood by using a screwdriver than to hammer. So what they are saying that if we are going to use a screw, it will be convenient to use this screw on a wood by using a screwdriver, pechkas, I hope you all know, than to hammer, than to just uh, hammer it. Okay. If you wish to pull the screw out by pliers, you would notice that it cannot come out as easily as a nail. Then if we are going to like take it out from any wood or a wall, a nail can easily come out, but a screw cannot come out with a plier, right? This is why a well driven screw forms a better grip and cannot support considerably larger loads. So that is the only reason why screw actually have a better grip and can also support larger loads. It means, see, uh, if you will just notice any heavy objects at your home, right, like coolers or maybe ACs, right? So you will notice that in those objects they used to use screws instead of nails. Why? Because nails can easily come out. If we will just tuck any larger any heavy object, then nail can easily come out and it will lead to break the object, right? But they used to use screws because screws has better grip and they can also support very larger loads, right? Now a single person can lift a car by using a simple machine called a screw jack. I hope some of you must have seen such object. This is a screw jack. So whenever like any car's tire get punctured, so what they used to do, they used to use this screw jack. What it does, it is initially of like this shape, okay. But then using this rod, we can easily make it larger. So we used to keep it inside, like sorry, we used to keep it under the car tire, okay, and then we used to make it large just to uh, just move this rod, okay, and then it will become high, okay. So it will make our car at higher height, okay. So then we can easily change the tire. The screw is an inclined plane wound on a cylinder. This is the example. Now inclined plane. We are going to study and see what is an inclined plane. It is a sloping surface. We can see it is a sloping surface, and its examples are ramp, a slope, and a hill are examples of inclined plane. Now you must have seen in some houses that there is a slope beside the stair. To get the scooter in and out conveniently, it would require a great effort to lift the scooter up to the height of the entrance of the house from the ground without a slope. Yes, so we all have seen that we used to have a ramp at our homes, right? Why? So that our scooters or our bikes and scooties can easily get inside our house. Okay, because using stairs we cannot take our scooters or like two wheelers inside using stairs, right? So we need a slope, and for that slope we used to make a ramp at our homes. Then hospitals have inclined planes to drive in and out the patients' wheelchairs, stretchers, etc. In hospitals also they used to make a specific and particular place where they used to make a slope. Okay, why? So that patients' wheelchairs and stretchers can easily come and go out. Then inclined planes are often used for loading and unloading of very heavy goods in trucks. So you must have seen barrels or oil or coal tar being loaded or unloaded from a truck. Yes, so this is how they used to have an object or like partition type hota hai. So what they used to do whenever they used to um, load something in truck or in somewhere else, like they used to attach it. Okay, then they used to easily load something and unload means to take the things out, and load means to bring something inside. Okay, at a construction site the laborers use wooden boards placed in the inclined position to lift bricks or cement from the ground to the top of the building. At construction sites also they used to use wooden boards to place in inclined position. This is how like they used to place wooden boards, okay, to lift bricks or cements from the ground to the top of the building, so that they can just lift bricks and cements from the ground, okay, to the top of the building. Now wedge. Let us see. A wedge is similar to a pair of inclined planes. In other words, it is an application of inclined plane that moves. Wedge. I hope you all can see the example of a wedge. A knife, then this hammer, then an axe, a needle. So it is somehow made up of two pair of inclined plane. Okay, see, like if we will see it like this one and then this one, okay, or maybe like this one. So 1, 2 and 3. So here they have used three pairs, three parts. Okay, now a wedge consists of two inclined planes put together in the shape of V. A knife, a needle, an axe, and chisels and plows which you use in your daily life are all wedges. So these are some of the examples of a wedge. Okay, a wedge has two edges. One edge is narrow and sharp, and the other edge is broad and thick. A wedge is used for cutting and splitting things. Yes, using a wedge we used to cut and split things. A wedge is used, oh sorry, just as you move an object up with the help of inclined plane, similarly you cut things by moving a wedge through an object. This is how they are cutting it. When you cut an apple with a sharp knife, you make use of wedge. Wedges are used to split object. When force is applied to the thick end of the wedge, then thin end of the wedge moves into the wood, and this splits the wood into two parts. Now see what they have done. They have used a wedge over here, okay, and then they are just pushing it and just like applying force using this hammer. So this wedge will cut this wood into two parts. So initially this sharp and thin part will cut the wood, and this thick part will actually help us to cut it. Okay. Now next point is the wheel and axle. The wheel and axle together form a simple machine in which wheel is used as a roller while axle is used in the center to form a cylindrical rod. A wheel is either attached to the axle or the wheel rolls upon the axle. Generally, both of them are synchronized to move together. Both of them rotate together to minimize the friction. Now, wheel and axle means like they form together to work as a and they are used as a roller. And the example is pulley. In pulley also, yes, we can consider it as an example. Okay, then it is attached to the axle of the wheel that rolls upon the axle. And see, different areas where wheel and axle find applicable application are wheels and toys, right? Well, sorry, vehicles and toys. There, wheel and axle, both of them are used. Trolleys and suitcases, you all can see in suitcases we have two wheels uh, at the bottom, right? Then heavy objects that need shifting. While shifting heavy objects, we used to use wheel and axle so that we can easily keep anything over there and it will move easily, right? Now, next point and the last one is pulley. A pulley is similar to wheel and axle. Pulley is actually similar to wheel and axle. A pulley is a wheel with a grooved rim in center. It is fixed on an axle. The groove is used to hold a rope and it moves over it. Have you all seen students drawing water from well? Yes, I hope you all must have seen it. See it here, a picture is given out, right? So this is a perfect example of a pulley. Okay, this is how a pulley works. That like this is rim and it is rim at the center. Okay, and it is fixed at an axle. Then we used to hold the rope to draw water from the well towards upside. Okay, then one more example they have given to us here. Two pulleys are used, right? Here two pulleys are used, and we can in our daily life we can see such example of crane. Okay, in some of the cranes they used to use two pulleys to lift very heavy objects. Now it reduces the effort by changing the direction of force applied. It is used to lift heavy objects or move a heavy object. For example, drawing water from well without pulley is tiring. Yes, obviously if we will not use a pulley while drawing water from the well, we will really get tired, right? But using pulley, we can easily do it. Pulleys are used in cranes and hoist. If there is just one wheel, the effort equals to the load. This kind of pulley allows the direction of load to be altered. So it means if there is just one wheel in the pulley, the effort becomes equal to the load. It means like if the load is as heavy as 300 newton, then our effort also becomes 300 newton. Or else like if an object is of 300 newton, then at least we have to apply an effort of at least 400 or 500 newton. So it will be very more effort, right? But if we will use pulley, we have to apply little bit effort, right? Now this kind of pulley allows the direction of the load to be altered. As you can see in the figure that instead of lifting a weight upwards, a person pulls the rope downwards. Yes, so this is how the force is being applied in opposite direction, because see, if without pulley we would have to draw the water from the well, then we would have lifted this rope towards upside, right, towards upside. But now using a pulley we have to apply force towards downside. Now this is much easier to do. Thus you find that pulley has changed the direction of the applied force to act upwards. So this is how we can see that pulley changes the direction of the force to be applied. Okay, a combination of pulleys may be used to lift a heavy object with a small force. That is what I said, that if we will use two pulley twice, then we need to apply less force, much lesser than earlier. Okay, in this kind of pulley system, the effort is less than the load. Such a pulley system is called a block and tackle. So it means such combination of pulley is actually called as a block and tackle. Okay, so that is all for today, students. Now in our next class we are going to begin with its exercises. Have a good day. Take care.